in today's video we're going to be transforming my UK MX5 from this to this. Now you don't have to jack up the rear of the car, but I chose to just so I'm not as hunched over. First thing to remove is the reg plate. Then under the reg plate are two Phillips head screws. With those removed, it's time to move into the boot and take off the small section of carpet. Next to the rear lights, just disconnect the bulb holder, and then it's just four 10mm nuts, one in each corner. And the same again on the other side. You'll have seen me do this a few times now in previous videos. With the lights out, you can now start taking the reg panel off by undoing the 10mm nuts. There's two on each side, one in the bottom corner and one in the top corner. Now all those bolts are loose. You can see you start to pull each corner out. Try and be as careful as you can because these are very brittle. You know, they're old, they're only cheap plastic, so they can break very easily. One annoying thing now is in the inside of here there is a little push clip that hooks on. It does go to the left, but I've found, because I've had this off before, if you do just pull hard enough, it will just pull the pop clip out with it. So I'm going to do that now, and then the only last thing that I'll show you is on the UK the reg lights are just up there, one there and one there, so you want to make sure you disconnect those. We are actually going to wire in some aftermarket ones in onto the new panel, so once that's all out we can start fitting the new one. With the panel off, the only thing left to do is disconnect the reg lights by undoing these plastic retainer clips. I found if you push them underneath, it helps the screws come out easier. Like so, and then you can pull the reg bulb assembly through. Okay, so just pull those out, and then the panel is away. So that one being taken off, what we need to do now is, because like I said, we've got aftermarket bulbs because these ones don't fit in the import rear panel. Got a black and a red wire. I'm just going to snip the ends off, snip these old bulb carriers off, and I'll show you the new ones that we have. Here is the import panel then, and those are the lights that I have bought for them. So they were just off eBay. They are BMW LED reg plate lights. They're only about, I don't even think they're a tenner. So they just push in through the back. I've got this little spring in that keeps them in, and little prongs at the bottom, so they just push into the factory places. No need for any modification, they fit really good. And then obviously with them there comes the wiring, so we're going to splice these into the original factory reg plate bulbs, so they'll work just as normal and they're going to be a lot brighter. So we'll get wiring them in now, give them a test, and then we can fit the rear panel. So like I said, you just want to cut the original reg plate bulb holders off. Try and leave as much wiring as you can so they still reach the new lights when fitted. I cut open the insulation to expose the wires a bit more. This gave me more wire to strip back, ready for the new lights to be soldered on. Stripping back a decent amount of the wires will make sure you get a good connection when splicing in the new light. As you can see, I'm just twisting both ends of the wires together, ready to give it a quick test. Quickly reconnect the battery, and there you go, upgraded resprayed lights. Now everything's connected and working, I went ahead and soldered all the connections together, making sure I protect them with some heat shrink and tape. And as always, I forgot to put the heat shrink on before soldering the wires together, so I had to put it, but it still works fine. Both connections soldered and protected, I put the lights back in to give them one last test. And we're all good. With the wiring all done, it's now time to get the reg plate panel back on, so don't forget to put the clips, just little washers sort of things with a bit of thread on, one in each corner, and then you've got obviously the main one, the push clip to come out the middle. I did forget to mention that there is one at the bottom. Mine comes out a lot easier because that is broken, so I'm just leaving it in there, and then you've got your two little two push clips in the bottom too there, so we'll feed the lights through, fit them back in, and we'll get it all buttoned up. Fitting the new lights in is really easy. Just feed the one end with the prongs on in first, and then simply push the top end in and the spring will clip on, keeping it in place. Don't forget to put them in. I gave them one less test just to make sure. With the wiring tucked in and out the way, you can line up the threaded washers on each side, slotting it into place. I then put the 2 Phillips head screws in first just to keep it in place and lined up. Next thing to do is put the 4 10mm nuts on each corner inside the boot. With those all tight, you can then put the rear lights back in. Make sure you refit them with the gasket on the back of them, else they'll leak. The last thing to do inside is to refit the carpet with the little push clips. And the final piece of the puzzle is the new 4D plate to match the front. That's the rear panel all sorted now, all tightened up. That is the final look. So I actually had both badges removed and smoothed out, so there's no the MX5 or the 1.8 on either side now. It's all smooth. The reg plate was just put on with double-sided tape. Luckily the one I bought had the original hook still on the bottom, so I'm really pleased with that. Makes the rear end look really nice. Finally completed the rear end now, so not sure what the next modification will be, but thanks for watching. See you in the next one.